Hey guys, welcome back to the Foolish Show. Of course, I am Foolish Phil. Just wanted to give you my thoughts after Michigan's 60-56 victory over the Minnesota Golden Gophers. Just a couple weeks back, Michigan went into Minneapolis, Minnesota, and pulled out a 90-75 victory. I think it was the first Big Ten game of the slate, like early December, when the Big Ten puts a couple games in there. Today, two teams played a little bit differently. Definitely Michigan. Minnesota came off a drubbing from Purdue where they only scored 39 points. And so they came out pretty fired up, and like 3-4 minutes into the game, Michigan was down 8-0 and 10-2. Just like one team responded, Minnesota, the other one was pretty sleepy. Minnesota was getting everything they wanted in the first half. Michigan started to chip away a little bit, but it was staying 8 to 10 points. Maybe it would get down to 6, and then Michigan would just play some sloppiness again and give up a layup here and that. It seemed whenever Michigan was really trying to work so hard to get some points, they'd come back down, maybe get a shot, get a rebound, put it in, really good effort, then come down and give up an easy layup, like as a exchange, like it was not equal. And certainly the biggest part of the first half was Minnesota was up, I think about 10, and then Minnesota's Garcia, he got his second foul. And with about 9.5 minutes to go in the half, and he sat down the rest of the half, and Michigan used that opportunity to chip away. I mean, honestly, this was like brutal offensive basketball. Michigan chipped away over those last 9.5 minutes for a 13-3 run. 13-3 with Garcia out. And Minnesota missed like 10 straight shots with him out. They hit one layup and one free throw the rest of the half. And all Michigan could do was even the score at 23. I mean, that's how bad this was. Oh, man, just got one thing, too. Late in the first half, Jett Howard rolled his ankle. He stepped on another person's of Minnesota's foot and rolled his ankle. He went out with 2.5 minutes to go, and he did not play in the second half. He was on a big boot on the sidelines, so he was 0 for 5 for the game. And obviously he was out for the rest of the game, so that was a big loss in that way. Normally he's averaging double figures, second in the Big Ten in freshman scoring, and you're losing that. 23-23 at half. And Michigan, I would have to say, was pretty non-aggressive. Again, they got an opportunity in the first half to get in the bonus. They were in the bonus with at least 7 minutes to go in the game. I wrote it down. I didn't write the time, but I think it was 6:52 to go. 6:52 to go in the half. And they were in the bonus, and Michigan never got to a 1-and-1. Never got to a 1-and-1. Didn't draw a foul for 7 minutes when you could go and get free throws. That just speaks to how lacking of aggressiveness this team has at times. I do have to say the first half was highlighted by Terrace Reed coming in. He got 4 points. Cheddar came in and got 2 points. 6 points off the bench right there when Michigan was really struggling to get any points. He got 6 off the bench. That was really good. Okay, 23-23, go to the second half. And Michigan starts the second half down. They give up a basket. And then all of a sudden they go on, I think, a 6-8-0 run. And you can kind of see Michigan's getting their work going. They're getting what they want. And the second half, again, you see where Garcia, who scored 10 points in the first half, he only hit one corner three-pointer in the second half. And in that, he kind of got injured. There was no any clear replay of what happened. Whether he blamed something that Doug McDaniel did, he's the one who came out and approached him to try to get in his way. Replays didn't show him anywhere near Garcia when he sprained his ankle or whatever and went down on the floor. So it's speculation if Garcia blamed something that Doug did or what. We don't know exactly. But he only got 3 points compared to 10 in the first half, and Michigan was able to build up a sizable lead. I think it got to 9 points in the second half, chip away, get a little lead, suffer through some stupidity that they like to do. Nice defensive play. Joey Baker gets a run out, misses a layup, and then Michigan's out of sorts and gives up a 3-pointer from the corner. Nice 5-point swing there. Would have been a 7-point lead down to a 2. You can't have those things where you just miss a run-out layup. Especially he's like a senior on the team, like what happened. And that really kind of hurt his confidence the rest of the game. He bricked I think he airballed a 3-pointer. He drove in and tried to get a layup and just jumped into people, didn't get the foul call, then he fouled someone. Michigan started doing stupid fouls too, and that put Minnesota on the line early. And then when Michigan would do stupid fouls, like Kobe Buffkin fouling a guy out past the three-point line by tripping him, that guy goes to the line and gets 2 free throws. So Michigan just struggles to get out of its own way a lot. Like, they don't take advantage of what they can, and they don't, play smart. But that's, again, what I would expect from a young team. I do have to say the bright spot outside of the bench in the first half was Terrace Reed coming in and playing well in the second half. He had some big rebounds. He didn't get any more points. Chatter came in and he got a free throw or 2 at the end there because Reed got fouled and bricked his shots. He's shooting under 20. He was shooting 23% from the free throw line before he missed 2. So I'm assuming he's like 20% now on the season. So he had to come out and Chatter came in for him. At the end of the game, though, Michigan was up 9-10 points, something in that range. And Michigan just completely does not know how to close out a game. It's crazy how Michigan gets trapped and then tries to throw through people's hands to get the balls tipped and get turnovers and give up transition 3-pointers that luckily don't go in. I mean, if you remember back against Northwestern, they had the same thing where Northwestern had a 3 to get it down to 1 point or tie the game, and luckily they missed. Today, again, Minnesota missed the shot that would have made it a 2 or a 1 point game. It's oh man, Michigan, what are you doing? Sloppiness, but they got the win. I mean, this was a quad 4 game, so quad 4 I think is pretty bad. That they were comparing it that Michigan already has a quad 4 loss, and it was Central Michigan. So if Minnesota's in the Central Michigan box, this would have been a really bad loss. But Michigan got the win. The key player, obviously, was Hunter Dickinson. He really stepped up today. And it helped that Garcia got in foul trouble. Then he was going up against a freshman who he just dominated at times. He got 23 of Michigan's 60 points. And 9 of 9 from the free throw line. And I don't remember him shooting a 3-pointer. Perhaps, I missed it. But he did not shoot a 3-pointer. He was down in the post most of the game. He shot a couple jump shots, but they weren't threes. So he was much more aggressive, and Michigan needed everything they could get out of Hunter, especially without Jett being there as an offensive option. You got to give kudos to Minnesota. They fought. They stayed in the game. Garcia finished with 13. You had Battle with 14 and Cooper with 15. Michigan got 10 from Doug and 11 from Kobe. Kobe was rough, man. 4 of 15, I think it was. Shooting, or maybe it was 5 of 14. It's tough, but you know what? It's a win. Can you believe this team is 5-3 in the Big Ten? I think that there is no doubt schedule grace there when you've played Minnesota twice and you've played Maryland twice, 2 teams that are not very good, and you're 3-1 against those. So clearly Michigan is not we're an upper echelon team. No. We've just played an easy schedule so far in the Big Ten. So many teams have 3, 4, 5 wins in the Big Ten. It's stacked so much. Obviously you got the top Purdue, the bottom Minnesota. Everyone else is just right there in the middle. It's crazy. So they get the win, and you hope Jett Howard's not injured for too long. I really wish that Coach Howard would see that T-Will isn't giving them anything. He had 4 points and 3 rebounds in his minutes of action. I would rather play 2 bigs and have Terrace Reed out there, at least before intentional foul time. Or play Chatter. Chatter has intensity. Chatter has, work ethic, where T-Will, again, was just kind of drifting. He tried, but nothing went in for him, really. So then he just kind of didn't do much. He tried to be aggressive like he was against Maryland, but it didn't happen. It didn't click. Inconsistency. But Michigan gets a win, 60-56. They hold on. They have a 9-10 point lead with a few minutes to go, and they hold on. This team is just kind of crazy. I feel a little differently about this game now in going forward because I don't expect Michigan to win. This season, this team is just a rebuild team. I think Howard needs to play more of the bench, get a rotation deeper going, see some of these younger guys play, because this season, don't get me wrong, it's pretty much over. You got Michigan was not on any brackets as of this morning of 64 brackets. No one had Michigan, and no one should. But if Michigan can build and get some depth and some experience for all these younger guys, that'd be great. Terrace Reed has come so far already because he's getting some time on the court. Let's do that with some other guys too. That's what I want to see, right? I don't expect Michigan to make the tournament. Let's see some growth, even though it might be painful. Like Doug McDaniel, no doubt, it's painful for him at times, but he's going to grow from this extremely well. So, cool. Michigan gets a win. If you guys have any thoughts, please put them in the box below. I'll try to respond as I'm able to. Until I see you guys next time. As always, go blue.